Right, hello everybody. I'm just going to show you how to set up Proton VPN. If you've heard of a VPN, they've exploded in popularity in the last few years. A VPN stands for Virtual Private Network. It's a way to send information to your computer from the internet in an encrypted way so that anybody spying on you can't find out what you're up to, what you're downloading, what you're uploading. And it's definitely for privacy reasons and security. Like I said, there's so many ways hackers can try and steal your information when you send it out over the internet. So if you want to secure your information, get a VPN. I've decided to use Proton VPN on one of my computers. I use a different VPN provider actually on a different computer. I'm not going to go into that now. But anyway, if you want to try the version of a VPN from Proton, and Proton are a Swiss email provider that's a special encrypted email. So if you want a really secure email service, I'm sure you've all heard of Gmail by Google, and you've probably heard of Yahoo Mail and Hotmail by Microsoft. Proton email is another version of email if you want to do that. But anyway, this is their VPN service. Go to that website there, protonvpn.com. Ignore whenever you see this on the snips I've taken, aviation, blah, blah. These are folders that are on my computer, so when I've been taking screenshots to make these pictures for you to show you what happens step by step, ignore that. That's just my computer. So anyway, once you're on protonvpn.com, you'll see this screen here. They're offering you 60% off. Forget that. There's a free version of the VPN. You don't have to pay anything to use this particular VPN. This is the first time I've ever set it out myself. So I'm going to see how it works out and see whether I'll stick to it, whether there is any need to go for one of the paid versions. But for the moment, I'm going to try the free version. Because the computer I've just put this on, I won't be using it for a lot. But anyway, so that's the first screen. So what I'm going to do, what I did when I went through setting this up, I took a screenshot of each step. So that was picture 1. So obviously I'm now going to click on picture 2. Right. So then look at the information on that home page, and it'll say get Proton VPN, see all features. It's up to you if you want to go and look at the features of it. And read what is ever on each of these screens I'm about to show you. So that's picture 2. Picture 3, what happens next? So scroll down that screen. You're still on the home page of that website, and they show you how much it costs for the other version. So there's €9.99 a month. I think a euro is close to £1, so say £10 a month. They're offering you some sort of lifetime deal if you sign up for a 2-year plan at £5 a month. I say the other VPN I use on a different company is about €5 a month. So that's about the going rate for a VPN. But as I said, there's also a free version. Look, there it says it, Proton free. It says they've got 100 servers across 3 countries. I've already found out they've got servers in Japan. No adverts, they say. Unlimited bandwidth, which if this actually works out to be true, it's going to be brilliant. Because I download a lot of the YouTube videos I watch as a way to avoid seeing adverts. YouTube have decided to plaster adverts over videos these days, and it's really annoying. It's actually easier to download the entire video, then play that video on your computer using something like VLC player, and then you can avoid seeing loads of adverts. So anyway, that was picture 3. Right, picture 4. So you go down there and you'll see this, try VPN plus risk free. Again, now this is them trying to get you to pay for one of those services. And you can see there's a button there that says continue with free. Okay, so presumably I clicked continue with free at that point. Let's just see, picture 4, picture 5. Yeah, so I must have clicked continue with free. You've got to read between the lines, you know, what I'm showing you and then what you next see. Use common sense to work out what I've done. And then it says create your account. Okay, now if you've already got a Proton email address, a Proton account, you can sign in using that, which is what I did. So you type in your Proton Mail email address, and you can even use your Proton Mail password. So you don't need to set up an entirely new account for this VPN if you're already using the email service. If you're not, you're going to have to create an account at this point. Okay. Proton Free claims to have 249 servers in 5 countries. unlimited bandwidth, which sounds amazing to me. Right, so that was picture 5, picture 6. And there you go, you'll next see this sign in. So, as I said, if you've already using their email service, you can use your Proton Mail email account and your Proton Mail password, and then click sign in. If you don't already have Proton email, click on where it says create an account. Next, picture 7. Oh, then they're going to get you to verify that you're a human being. They show you like a piece of a jigsaw. So you have to slide that to wherever the hole is on the picture to prove that you're a human. Okay. Picture 8. Again, at this point, they attempt to get you to subscribe. They're trying to get your money off you. €5 a month, €7.99. As I've said, try the free version first, see if that's going to be good enough for you. Picture 9. And then it'll say your current plan, 1 VPN connection using up to 249 different servers around the world. Obviously, you're not connecting to 249 servers. You'll be connecting to one server. But what that's saying is that's how many servers they've got around the world. How many machines they've got running this service for you, which is quite amazing. Versus the Plus version has far more servers. Highest VPN speed. They don't tell you what speed they're going to offer you on the free service, but I've already found out it's extremely fast, which I'll show you later on. So that's picture 9, picture 10. Yeah, over to the side on the Proton website, you've got these options now. Subscription, general, blah, blah. I clicked on general, and when you've clicked on general, you can select what language you want this to be in. I'm sticking to English. You can mess around with themes if you want it to look slightly different. I don't care about themes, so I didn't bother doing any of that. Step 11. It then shows you OpenVPN username information, and then underneath there is some written numbers and letters. Okay. At that point, I believe I wrote those down, or copy and paste them if you can. I think I copied and pasted them. Stick them into something like a draft email, so that you've got that information saved should you ever need to use it. Okay. Step 12. Right, now then I've clicked on downloads on the side here. Now you're getting to the actual part where you're going to get some software and choose what you want it for. So if you use an Apple computer, that's fairly obvious. iOS, Windows, which is in my case what I use Microsoft Windows computers. You've got Mac, there's a Linux version, Chromebook version, Android TV. So depending on how you're going to use it, most of you are going to be getting Windows version. Whether you use Windows 10 or Windows 11 these days, I would think that covers most of you watching this video. Next, picture 13. You will then see Get Proton VPN for Windows. After you've clicked on that logo, this is what you then see. Okay, and then you've got the button there, Download Proton VPN. So you're going to get a bit of software. If you use Windows 7 or 8, there's a separate thing for you to click on, but for those of you using Windows 10 or 11, you'd click on that button there, just to show you. So that was step 13, or picture 13 as I call it. Picture 14. This will then show up once you click that. You get this little window on your screen showing you where the software is going to download to. So it's going to be saved into downloads /programs/Proton VPN. If you don't want it to be saved into that folder for whatever reason, you can click on that small button there and select a different file path for it. And you can see it's only 76.74 megabytes, which is a tiny amount of data. It's like the size of say a magazine, a PDF magazine. Okay, and then you would click on Start Download, quite obviously. So where are we? 14, part 15. Then you will see this. After that, to then find where it's downloaded that folder, go onto your home page, your desktop, of your computer. Click on My Computer or your C drive if you've got a logo for that. And then on the side, you will see Downloads. Okay, if you click on Downloads, it'll then show up what you've recently downloaded, and then you'll get a folder for today saying Programs, click on that and it'll be in there. So that's how to find it. So go to your desktop, click on your C drive, and then at the side click on downloads, click on program, and it'll be there. That's how to find where they've put the installer. Picture 16. Once you've clicked on that folder, it'll then show like that. So it'll say Proton VPN version 3.2.7. Shows you the time and date you just did that. Sorry, I can see my lens looks a bit dirty. Let me see if I can clean that a bit. I can see some specks of dirt. Sorry about that. Hopefully it's good enough for you to see. Right, and it shows you the size of the file. That was 716, sorry. Then, picture 17, I couldn't take a screenshot of that because it takes over the whole screen on your computer and you can't actually click the snipping tool I've been using to make these pictures, so I had to use my camcorder to take this picture to show you what happens next. Next, you'll see this picture here. Do you want to allow this app from an unknown publisher to make changes to your device? Proton njal.la. Yes or no. Obviously, you have to click yes if you now want to install this software. So click on yes. Step 18. Next, you will see this. Select the language for install, English, then click OK. Step 19. It'll then show you where you're going to install the software to, in this case C/program files. Again, if you don't want to install it to that folder for whatever reason, click on browse and select another folder, but that is fine for most people. Okay, and it tells you how much space you're going to need to install it. Now remember, you just downloaded a bit of software that was roughly 80 megabytes. To install it, you're going to need 261 megabytes. Now if you haven't got that amount of space on your computer, what on earth are you using? So then you click on it. I'm just saying that in case most of you should have hundreds of gigabytes of space on your computer, so that's a tiny amount of space. Next, picture 20. Next thing you'll see, create a start menu folder so that you can always find this in future really easily. So that's going to just be called Proton. Okay, so click on next. Step 21, additional tasks. Do you want to create a desktop icon? Yes, do that so that you can, again, you can quickly click on it. Now, it's got this option, do you want to install Proton Drive, encrypted cloud storage? Now, you don't have to do that, but I thought, why not? If they're offering it at the time, I might as well get it. So you're going to also see now how to install Proton Drive. That is just basically, say you've got files on your computer that you also want to store on Proton's cloud storage. So basically, you're sending your files to, say, Switzerland, to their servers, then you would do that step. If you don't want to do that, untick it and then click on next. But I've gone through the steps of installing Proton Drive at the same time, so you're going to see those steps now. So 22, it says it's ready to install. Shows you where it's going to install to, and it also said the additional tasks: create a desktop shortcut and install Proton Drive. Okay, so click on install at that point. Step 23, you'll then see a progress bar. It goes green going from left to right. By the time it's gone all the way across, it's done. Okay. Picture 24. Then you get this Proton Drive window showing up where you can create a username and password. Again, it will accept your Proton Mail, email and password if you want to. It saves a lot of time if you've already got a Proton account, so I just did that. I used my Proton email and password. Okay, and then it says sign in. Where are we? 23, no, that was 24, 25. Oh yeah, and I started to set up a new account. I thought if it's a Proton Drive, I'll set up a different account, and then it wasn't going to accept that, so I had to do something else. Ignore that. 25, 26. I've written, yeah, it took my Proton email password, so I used my Proton email password. I was going to attempt to set up a different account, and I created a different password. That's why it was saying that thing was wrong last time. Now you choose which folders you want to back up to. So tick, use these boxes on the left there. Let's get my finger in the right place so I can show you. Those purplish boxes, tick whatever you want to back up. And then click on that if you want to add more folders. What does that say? Then click continue. So choose what you want to back up. You probably want to back up your desktop, your documents, Up to you if you back up anything else to this service. I'm not sure how much space they give you, but that's for you to find out. Right, 27. So select what you want to back up. I've put, and that's what you do. Then click on continue. 28. You'll next see this, your Proton drive folder. Okay, oh, and then it gives you a location to where it's going to store them on your computer. I haven't filmed that for privacy, but it's obviously C / and then it gives you a location of where your Proton drive files are going to be saved to. So as well as them being sent to Proton encrypted, you're also going to have like a backup of those files on your own computer hard drive. 29. After that, it then offers you these options. Do you want more storage? Do you want 500 gigabytes of storage? Do you want 3 terabytes of storage? That's a huge amount, depending on obviously how you use computers. I clicked on not now. I'm sure in future they'll keep on pestering me to upgrade. I don't know how much it costs to upgrade to that amount of storage space on their servers, but for now, skip that. Picture 30. Below what I've taken in this snapshot, it shows you what files it's backing up to their server. So activity, and then below here would be a list. You can actually see what files it's uploading. So your Word files, if you use Microsoft Office, things like that, and one by one you'll see them being sent to their servers, basically. That's that step. 31. Right, once that's done, you can exit any of the boxes that are open, close down, minimize your browser, get everything off your desktop, and then you'll notice that this window is showing Proton VPN, username, password. Start and connect on boot is selected as on. So whenever you do start up your computer, instead of it connecting to your normal internet service provider, if you're in Britain, that might be British Telecom or Virgin Media or Sky, whatever ISP you use, that will now instead connect through Proton. So type in your username and password. Again, that's probably your Proton email and password. If not, you can create an account at that point. So where were we? 32, step 32. So put your password in and then click on sign in. Okay. Picture 33. And then it'll tell you this. Welcome on board. You get a Proton VPN window. Welcome on board. Thanks for using Proton VPN. Take a quick tour. So click on the tour. Whatever you do, watch the tour that they show you. A little tutorial of how to use it. Okay, 34. So this is what they'll show you. So the steps to follow are on the right there. So step 1 of their tutorial says, quick connect. Automatically connect to the server that will provide you with the fastest connection. And over there you can see that's where the quick connect button is. It's over on the top left. So that's what you click on when you want to connect to their VPN. Okay, that's just showing you the location of where buttons are. That was 34. Step 35. The second step in these tips tells you save your preferred settings and servers for future reference. So they're saying over there, number 2, profiles. You click on that if you wanted to save certain settings. I didn't change anything the first time I used the service. Just want to get it up and running and see what it's like. So step 36. Countries, you can choose which countries your server would like to use for your end IP address. Now this is relevant for some of you. I know some people use a VPN service so they can watch certain TV shows. So say you want to watch Brazilian TV, you would want a Brazilian IP address. So if that's available in the free service, that's what you would do for countries. Number 3 over there, you would select whatever country you want your end IP address to be. For most people using VPN, you don't care. Just any IP address is alright. But if you're using a VPN in order to access certain TV shows, that'd be what you do. Step 37, there's not much more to go, folks. Quick settings adapt your VPN connection to your online activity with special features for optimal speed and privacy. Where's that? Step 4 is over there. Okay, so that's that button there, I presume. Again, I didn't do anything. I didn't click on that button the first time I've used it. And then click on where it says end tour, and the tour will end. That was 37. Where's 38? 38. Next, you'll see this. You get a map of the world, and they're showing you where, presumably those triangles that are highlighted, that's your options for the free service. So there seems to be Japan, America, and I'm not sure where that is in Europe, that kind of towards Germany maybe. But that's your options that you're going to have. Okay, and at the moment I hadn't connected, so it's not giving you any graph down there, but that's where the graph is going to be, showing you your speed, etc. Download speed, upload speed, blah blah blah. That was picture 38, step 38. 39. Right, then after clicking that connect, as in connect to the VPN service, you'll then see something like this. You get a window like this saying initializing connection, and it tells you where it's going to connect to. In my case, on the first time I ever tried it, it connected to a site in Japan. Okay. So then picture 40. Here we go. So it'll tell you you're connected in the middle top of the screen, and it'll show you a line from where it says connected to show you where you're connected. So Japan. Over there, it'll even tell you your IP address on this particular day. Okay. And what else did it show? And it gives you a graph with your down speed and up speed. Now, bear in mind, I wasn't doing anything. I wasn't even opening any web pages or anything. But when you do start downloading stuff, like, say, for example, you download a YouTube video, obviously that graph will severely change. So that's picture 40. So you know you're connected. You know they're telling you that's your IP address. Picture 40, picture 41. Now what I did next, open up your browser, whatever browser you use the most, for example Google Chrome, and go to browserleaks.com. That's just the way they draw that. Browserleaks.com. Type that in your browser, and then it'll tell you stuff like what your IP address is. It'll tell you where you are, Japan. It'll even be more specific, Tokyo. And then there's loads more information. Have a look through that and make sure you really are connected to where they say you are, and it matches. You know, Proton told you you're in Japan. Browser Leaks confirms that. Browser Leaks is a website I've only started using relatively recently.